Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. Hey, thanks for the follow. Or, yeah, thanks for the subscribe, follow, yeah. Um, 46. Well, thanks. Hey, Beefcake Gaines, do you use iTunes at all? Yeah, no, I was asking for like movies. Do you watch movies like on like Apple movies? Apple TV movies. Oh yeah, yeah. I never had any luck with that. I was always like terrible with that. I was awful. I could never get it to work. You know. No, I'm not. I'm trying to figure out. Uh, I bought a bunch of over the past few years. I bought a bunch of movies on Apple, and then like I stopped. So I have a bunch of movies that I sometimes want to watch or just look at, but over the past few years I changed to PC. Uh, so I don't so I don't so I don't know how to watch them. Sometimes I want to see the movies or I just want to browse them or something. I was always one of those people that was like, oh yeah, never buy a movie, always rent it because you won't ever see it again. It's like going to a movie in a theater. You go to a movie in a theater and then it's like if I want to really see the movie, I'll go back to the movie the theater to watch it. And I was sort of the same way with renting. You should always just rent a movie and never buy it. And then when Apple came out with iTunes, and for a while it was like renting was $4 or $5 and buying was like $10 or something. So I was like, well, just buy the movie and then I can watch it later. So I bought a bunch of movies, and then and I had like the early versions of Apple TV, and then I don't know, things just got too chaotic, and I got separated from all that. But then once in a while, I'll go back on, now I guess it's Apple TV or whatever, and try to watch the movies or look at them because I bought them. It's cheaper than renting now if you already own the movie. And I can't ever find anything to watch on streaming. It's like, you pay for the streaming services, and I can't ever figure out anything to watch. So, yeah. So I guess you can get the Apple TV app from the Microsoft Store. Let's see. I haven't got an app from the Microsoft Store in a while. Do you watch movies more than once? Or you only watch them once and then delete them? Yeah. 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 They love the same movie over and over and over again. So, yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to try to get the Apple TV app, but I don't know if I can get it. The Microsoft Store. Let's see. What's your kid's favorite movie? Let's see. So they still have iTunes. Let's see. See, they're supposed to have Apple TV. Let's see. Oh, that's a sad movie. Isn't that a totally sad movie? Spirited Away was like totally sad with the pigs. The girl that gets lost in the pigs. And these pigs are like gorging at this like outdoor cafe on all this food. And this girl's like totally like missing basically. And these pigs are like eating all this food at the cafe. It's a crazy movie, man. Okay, so they have the Apple TV app. Oh, let's see. I don't know. I hope this doesn't screw up. Yeah, the animation was really good back then. I mean, it was like really good at the time. You know, the 90s, basically. Did you ever watch Ghost in the Shell? I'm trying to think. I got some of these back in the 90s. But they did a movie with Scarlett Johansson. I never saw it. I can't remember what the... I bought like... I don't know if they were DVDs or what they were, but... or if they were... I can't remember if they were DVDs back then or what. I can't... But it was like... it's all this stuff I lost, basically. You know, it's like you back then you buy a music CD or whatever, and over the years I've lost almost, I shouldn't say all my possessions, but I've lost a lot of my possessions over the years. And so I had some DVDs of anime back then, and they were like, they were kind of wild animes, but I don't know if I threw them out or I got rid of them or what happened to them, but yeah, do you think, I got a question for you, Beefcake. Do you think that the movies, like all the movies, are edited over and over and over again today? So like if you went out and you got, Spirited Away, or maybe not Spirited Away, but like some movie from the 90s, and you had an actual DVD copy of it from the 90s, and you've tried to view that copy versus what is like streaming today, I think they'd be a different movie. Like Star Wars, like George Lucas went back and edited all the original Star Wars, and then they remastered them and redid them with the new animation in them. I feel like they do that with a lot of the movies, but like I never know, Yeah. Oh, Goonies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Goonies was when I was little, the Goonies, like I wasn't like part of like watching the Goonies until I got to be older. When I got older, I saw it. I can't remember what happened when I watched it, but yeah, it became like really, really popular. I feel like the Goonies, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I thought the Goonies wasn't popular right when it came out, and then it became like each year after that, it became more and more popular. I love The Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio. I love that movie as a kid. I thought it was awesome. It was one of my favorite movies. The Karate Kid was just like so awesome, and I was more into The Karate Kid than the Goonies. Yeah, I can't watch it anymore though. Causes breakdowns. Like it's too. It brings back like too much memories and stuff. I can't watch The Karate Kid anymore. Ralph Macchio, the guy like gives me the guy gives me like a breakdown. Like I'm like, it's too intense. Yeah. You ever go to casinos, Beefcake? You ever played the Karate Kid slot machine? Just out of the dark. I don't know. Did you ever play the Karate Kid slot machine? No, it's big. I mean, it costs a lot of money. If you play the Karate Kid slot machine, you'll dump a lot of money into it. But the idea of it's got a couple screens, I think. And what? No. The Goonies. No, the Goonies doesn't make me break down. But the slot machine, the Karate Kid slot machine, it either had or does have the potential to get like the movie scenes playing and everything. But you can spend a lot of money on the Goonies slot, not the Goonies slot machine, the Karate Kid slot machine. It was a nice slot machine. It was a few years ago though. So, but yeah, so let's see. It's only got 2.3 stars here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh no. So they're saying that the Apple TV app in the Microsoft Store is unwatchable. It's buggy. Inability to create an account with Android. Non-functional. This is all like 2 and 3 months ago. Drop frames. Jittery playback. This guy from 4 months ago says he's got a very high-end system and there should be no issues with playback, and he says it's dropping frames. Wow, this is a really bad review. These are just terrible reviews. App is super buggy, causing my main monitor to flash and it crashes often. I really have to dink around with it just to get it to play. Can never watch a full movie or show. It will either lag out or freeze and would have to reset the app. Freeze or lag out. It's better. Please be serious and delete this app from here. It's better. Don't have the Apple TV app in this Microsoft library than having a PC. Wow. The app won't let me sign in, telling me to go to a website that doesn't go past the continue button. That was a month ago. iTunes Music disappeared. After installing Apple TV, all of my iTunes Music disappeared. I could not find any music in Apple TV anywhere. So I uninstalled Apple TV and the iTunes Music reappeared. Do not install this app if you have iTunes. This is terrible. Terrible reviews. Full screen doesn't work. Video stutter. Install button grayed out. Works horribly on Windows 11. In need of an update. It's bad. It's limited. It's very limited. Very limited. Yeah. I'm not going to get the app because it's just terrible. It says terrible and unwatchable. Won't play. I thought I could watch the movies that I bought. Oh, you like the Apple Watch? Like the heart rate monitor with the Apple Watch and stuff? Yeah. Yeah. It's a bummer. Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, the Apple Watch is really cool. It's cool. Yeah. How old is your Apple Watch? Do you keep updating it? Or do you keep updating it, or do you keep it for like a couple generations? Yeah. Oh, it's your first one? Yeah. Yeah. So how do you use the Apple Watch if you don't use Apple stuff? Or do you use a Samsung? You use a Samsung watch? Oh, you do got the iPhone. Yeah. Yeah, the iPhone's good. Yeah. 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 Did you upgrade and get a band? Did you upgrade for the band, or did you just get the standard band that comes with it? Yeah. 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 No, I never got into it. Never got into World of Warcraft. No. It's an old game, right? It's like 20 years old. 25 years old. I never got into it. I don't know why. Never got into World of Warcraft. Yeah. Yeah. Is that what the esports plays? I don't know. Do they keep revising it? You play World of Warcraft? I didn't think they keep revising it and making it cool. I don't know. There's a new one though. Like there's Dota. Is Dota like the Dota's the new World of Warcraft? Yeah. 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 Yeah, back then I had back when I don't even know if it's still big or not. I mean, it just totally blew me by. Just didn't even really get into it. Yeah, but I knew people thought it was awesome. I mean, they loved it. But yeah, it's 20 years. 20 years. Oh, I thought it was released in the late 90s. I didn't know it was released in 2004. I'm a little bit late on that. I could have sworn World of Warcraft was released in 99. I really thought World of Warcraft was released in 1999. That's weird. Yeah. Was there a game that was like World of Warcraft? Oh, yeah. I do. Right now I'm playing Cyberpunk. I play Cyberpunk a lot. I played a little bit of NHL. Just a little bit. I'm not very good at hockey. Like the NHL game, hockey, I've never been good. I used to play it a long time ago. I started doing GTA 5 and I stopped. I haven't done any more. And I played this other game, Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So I posted some videos and I did those. It's hard for me just to get like the computer to work and the microphone to work and everything. But yeah, I do some streams with Cyberpunk, and I've done some streams with hockey. I did a stream with Ghostbusters, but I didn't play very much. It was just an older game. I just didn't play very much. So yeah, so. Ah, man, I thought World of Warcraft was from the 90s. Was StarCraft before World of Warcraft? Was StarCraft like the same as World of Warcraft? Or are they totally separate games? Do you remember StarCraft? Oh, original Warcraft. Okay, yeah, so StarCraft 26 years ago. And that one came out in 1998. Okay. Oh, okay, the original Warcraft. Yeah. Okay, so Warcraft been around since the 90s. Yeah. Yeah. So it's weird how Diablo came out at the same time as Warcraft, and there's only Diablo 4 now. There's only been 4 Diablos, and World of Warcraft has been 20 years. Yeah. No, no. I just have a daughter, and she's in middle school. So yeah, my daughter's in middle school. Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. Wait, I thought you said that. I thought you said your kid's favorite movie was. Wasn't your kid's favorite movie the what was it? I forgot. What'd you say? How does your Yeah, but your is it son or daughter? Son or daughter is 6 months old. Son. So your son likes Spirited Away. Wow. Wow. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. I don't you think the material in Spirited Away is a little too complex for a 6-year-old, or not a 6-year-old, a 6-month-old? I would think you'd I don't even think 6 months. Do they? I don't even think 6-month-old like movies very much. Yeah, oh, the animation. Yeah, yeah. Do you have cable television? Yeah. Yeah, cable television is a tough one. But yeah, cable television, when I was a little kid, cable television, was all over. And so cable television had all this stuff on it, like you had Sesame Street. So Sesame Street was on like on PBS all the time on cable television. And so they had like, entertainment programs for kids and like sort of educational, hey, they had the Count Dracula. I don't know if you remember Count Dracula, but Count Dracula was like this Dracula animated character, and he would count like numbers for the kids. So the kids like watching Sesame Street would learn how to count at an early age, and so it was really cool. And today, because there's no, a lot of people just simply can't afford cable television. I mean, most of my adulthood, I've never been able to have cable television, either affording it or even spending, splurging for cable television. So, and now, like the Disney Channel used to be a pay channel, like HBO in early cable. And so, So yeah, I mean, kids, they have all the streaming stuff, which you have Disney Plus, but I don't know anything that's like Sesame Street anymore. And I guess the animation is really good, but the Sesame Street kind of had a mixture of of the Muppets, the puppets, and they had the real life people. They had the Snuffleupagus and Big Bird, and it was like really good for kids, and it was on TV, and so it was on the cable television or whatever. And if you didn't have cable, I think you could get the antenna to kind of work. No, I've never seen. I don't actually like horror movies at all. I don't like any of the horror movies at all. I mean, I just don't watch them that much. I don't really like the horror games, and I don't like the horror movies. I try not to watch them. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult today for parents. If you can't afford cable television, you got to do the streaming. And then you got to like choose what you're going to watch. You got to watch a movie. But I honestly think, in the 1970s, 80s, Sesame Street was probably better than movies. Even if they're animated for little kids. And they just never made the jump. They did Blue's Clues. And they did whatever else. I don't know. Oh, there was the Wiggles and Blue's Clues, and they just, I don't know. Now that people can't ever afford cable television, they have to stream movies, which are stories. They're not really like a show or like an educational show. Like a program to watch just for entertainment, right? There's a meaning and a story and a cast and characters, so yeah. I guess a lot of kids now, when they get old enough, they can use the cell phone. They can use the cell phone. But I just still don't think it's as good as Sesame Street. Not that Sesame Street is as good today, but I think it's still on the air. But I haven't seen it in. Oh. In the US, the first airing of every episode is now on HBO with a second on PBS. Well, I just looked on HBO and I didn't see any Sesame Street. Has not been canceled. Okay, so Sesame Street, okay. Wow, I had no idea. I have not seen programming for Sesame Street on any of the TVs. Of course, I'm not looking for it. I can search for it. Oh, but Kermit. Oh, because Kermit was Jim Henson, I think. Yeah, Jim Henson. Yeah, so Kermit's not on Sesame Street anymore. Wow. So. Yeah, the Jim Henson thing was kind of sad. How did he die? Jim Henson. How did Jim Henson die? He got pneumonia. Age of 53, man. That's really young. Yeah. The Muppets, man. Age 53 in 1990. He did a lot of creative stuff. Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was like one of the coolest things that I never got to see on HBO because I couldn't, HBO you had to pay for, it was expensive. You couldn't afford it or whatever. But they'd always do an ad for like Fraggle Rock. So if I was at somebody's house who had HBO or like the first episode, it was like Fraggle Rock was going to be like the coolest thing ever. And I couldn't, we couldn't have HBO. We didn't have HBO. We just had basic cable. And it was just, it was like one of those things that I always wanted to get to watch, and I just never did. I mean, And I was a little too young for the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, and and that even brings into what was that space show that was so cool? But not Buck Rogers. Was it called Buck Rogers? Yeah, Buck Rogers. Buck Rogers. Yeah, Buck Rogers. It was just before like I was around, but it wasn't on the air that long, and it was kind of I don't know if it was a response to Star Wars, but it had the characters, the figurines. And it was just like, oh yeah, Buck Rogers. But I never watched it because by the time I was old enough to really watch TV, but by the time I was old enough to watch TV, I was too young to watch it. It's 1979, 2 seasons. But it had Erin Gray. Do you remember Erin Gray? She was on Silver Spoons. She was the mom on Silver Spoons. And I always thought she was awesome. Did you ever see Silver Spoons with Ricky Schroeder? Ricky Schroeder was he was a child actor. He grew up to be an adult actor too. But he was awesome. It was like, he played the Ricker, and Alfonso Ribeiro would breakdance on that show. It was such a cool show. And Erin Gray was the mom. She was really pretty on that show. And I didn't realize she was in Buck Rogers, but yeah. She's 74 years old now, so I don't know if she did much after Silver Spoons, but she had a really bright smile, and she was just a really, really good actress then. So, let's see what it says about Erin Gray. Yeah. Well, anyway. Yeah, I didn't realize Silver Spoons was on the air for 5 years. Yeah. It had some interesting episodes of the Silver Spoons. Hey, Woodley, how you doing? You having a good night? That's good. That's good. No, but that's a great question. That is a great question. Here, I'll show it to you. You want to see it? I won't show it to you if you don't want to see it. Tell me if you want to see it, and I'll show it to you. But, yeah, it's a quote. All right, here you go. That's the quote right there. Yeah. That's the quote. Yeah. No. My mom did. My mom made that quilt. So, yeah. 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 Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. 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 Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Excuse me. Just choked for a minute. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following. Subscribing, following. Thanks. end there. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for this following. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.